Hi, Ethan. Welcome. Welcome. Good evening. Good morning. I'm confused. Anyway, welcome to another Path to Nowhere stream. Am I done with my dailies? I think I am. Morning on this side, but hi. Actually, it's already morning on this side because it's 12 a.m. Am I done with my dailies? I think I am. I'm confused. Yeah, I am. Alright, let's go to the finale of Yugu's fanfic. We were left with a cliffhanger yesterday. I mean, even in the previous parts, everything is a cliffhanger. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, as usual with Ice Snow. Leaving everyone hanging. Oh dear. Hi, Solaire. Welcome. Ready for emotional roller coaster? I'm not sure. We shall see. A massive wizard's tree looms over the rust, its desiccated black branches spreading chaotically in every direction. Waves of thick contamination relentlessly batter against the isolation belt, held back by the FAC forces and anti-mania devices surrounding the area.
The barrier is working. Deploy the drones and get all personnel behind the safety line. This mania tree is hunting for living targets. It's trying to use us as nutrients.
Oh dear, the tree is about to eat everyone. More like absorb everyone. Just then, a piercing alarm blares as a contaminated vine violently lashes out, slamming against the blue energy barrier.
No way. It's become way more hostile than before. What's going on?
Because all the trapped hostages have returned. I think this wisteria needs fresh nutrients to maintain its massive form.
What? That's a disaster. We can't let it enter the city. We need to end this now. Chief, give us the order. We must eliminate the contamination source immediately.
Oh boy. Hi, EJ. Welcome. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. I guess 12 a.m. is morning. Yeah, good morning, folks.
MBCC forces are also in position, Chief. We await your orders. Chief? Chief?
Oh dear, what happened to the chief? A mania vine lashes out toward you, but instead of dodging instinctively, you reach out your hand, and the vine strikes your palm with crushing force. Oh no! Chief is willing to jump in. You grip tighter, desperately trying to push deeper, squeezing your back way into that illusion, but an abyss of chaos blocked your path. The red glow of the shackles vanishes into nothingness, followed by a violent backlash as mania tears through your every nerve. After a brief struggle, an overwhelming force knocks you backward. Your body slams into an FAC soldier who catches you. He's clearly terrified by what just happened.
Are you all right? What were you trying to...
We're trying to go back in! Sorry, that was reckless of me. That was an experiment you decided to make on a whim. Chief! You really don't cherish your own life. Come on. The rampaging mania craves for prey, driving these wisteria vines to expand and attack humans. But deep within the contamination lies another will, one that surpasses mania's insatiable hunger, steadfastly refusing all who try to enter. Ooh. After expelling all its captured visitors, the The entrance that once led to the fate has sealed itself completely. All combat units prepare to counterattack. Suppress the target's expansion with everything you've got. We cannot allow the contamination to spread beyond the rust. And concentrate your fire on breaching the contaminated shell. We need to expose the mania core inside. If a sinner is really in there, then dealing with them is my responsibility. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Do we go pew pew pew? Anyway, this is easy.
Dear audience,
We're going to be
let me unveil this tape.
fine. Maybe. We'll see.
As wisteria blooms, behold the splendor.
Wonder if Yugo has any connection to the underground to be able to do something like this. I'm not sure. Because we know she's related to Istia, and we're not sure if underground have taken root in Istia also. So far, we know the underground is doing things inside this city. Oh dear.
No use. The shell's too tough. We can't break through.
The FAC forces' persistent long-range assault have reached a deadlock with the expanding mania wisteria. Although the contamination's expansion has slowed, human efforts prove incapable of eradicating it entirely. Back and forth, the vines sway in an endless cycle, akin to a frenzied creature desperately clutching at survival. The situation has regressed into yet another impasse.
It's because it's rooted in the rust. The monster's growing even faster now. Don't tell me it's feeding on the nearby corruptors too.
That's possible. Imagine they would have a small tendril there just to keep track. Maybe it's possible. The problem is we haven't been to East yet, so we really wouldn't know.
It could also be that this city's standard equipment isn't fully compatible with Eastian mania. Not to mention this contamination has been festering for over a century.
Is there a difference between Eastian mania and this city mania? And also, what the fuck? The wisteria tree has been festering for centuries. How did Eastia survive this? As it continues to stretch skyward, its shadow engulfs more and more of the city districts. Under this looming unknown threat, civilians are forced to evacuate in growing numbers. And those who have been fighting it for so long are beginning to lose their patience.
HQ is rushing to recalibrate our equipment based on Eastia's intel. It should be fully operational in about 4 hours. In the meantime, all we need to do is hold the line. We must ensure complete containment and prevent any contamination from seeping out.
We know there's Eastian magic. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, they don't consider sinners to be... I mean, sinners or people who are able to use mania in Istia, I don't think they send them to prison unlike in this city.
Once the weapons are in place, we can inflict maximum damage on the mania entity. Now that it has no hostages, we won't need to hold back anymore.
I understand. But before then, we still have 4 hours to wait. What? There's still time for another operation plan, isn't it? An unknown threat from Istia is no trivial matter, even for this city. With Paradiso seeking to establish relations with Istia, any friction between the two sides at this point would be diplomatically disastrous. Give me more time, I'll get to the bottom of this.
But that's far too dangerous. What if something happens to you?
Well, you know the chief. She's willing to throw her life away just to save people. I'll find another way. A safe way. Trust me, doubt. Come on, chief. You also want to trust that person. This can't be left unresolved. See, Nightingale is so
You only
worried.
have 4 hours. Please, make sure you come back safely.
I understand. Thank you, everyone. With only 4 hours remaining, you can neither approach the wisteria nor use the shackles to re-enter the illusion. But you still have one last option. What? Oh, we're going to talk to Yugu. Let's talk, Yugu. I know you've returned from the fate. That fate wasn't yours to begin with. Its true host drove out all the visitors, including you, who were seeking refuge there. Something happens to us all the time, of course. Hi, Oceanoy. Welcome. Those stats? What stats? Yeah, stop worrying, wife. Stop worrying, everyone. Man, Chief, come on. The Eastian woman, who had been lounging in repose, finally show a smile as she slowly opens her eyes.
I suppose you have already uncovered the truth about the fate, rescued the hostages, and broken free from the illusion. With such feats accomplished, you should be ready to take decisive action. Why come looking for me, of all things?
I think it's because Chief wants to save Ying Ying.
Do not tell me you have come for a story now.
Of course not. I have come to make a deal. I think Chief wants to find a way to save Ying Ying. And Yugu
Tired of
probably
Ying
knows
Ying's
how.
happy endings? Have you at last thought of seeking me out for something more thrilling?
There you go again. Thrilling in what way? I don't want stories. I want the truth. She rises, hair loose and feet bare, and draws uncomfortably close. A cold, unsettling breeze brushes against your cheek as she fixes her gaze on your eyes.
The truth. Whether it is facts or truth you're after, has the Eastian scholar not given you that already? All encapsulated in such neat words?
Feet, man. That's what you notice. Yeah, me too. I got distracted by her feet. And the way she's coming close to the chief.
Cruel, heartless, insignificant, and eventually forgotten by all. With your experience, I believe you can envision such a fate? I doubt it would bring you joy. After all, such narratives are seldom favored. Oh, except for me.
Oh my god. What is your type of story, Yugu? Have you seen the new chapter trailer? I haven't yet. But I do saw the skins and I am like, holy fuck. I want those. Chief gotta have a steel spine cause dude, I would fold. Same. With all these hot ladies in this game, I always fold.
I pity them, hold a fondness for them. I spice up those tales with passion and romance only to draw in a few sensation-seeking listeners. But at least in doing so, they would be known by others. And those poor souls wouldn't die entirely in vain. Though I suppose my approach is not quite to your taste.
I feel you. The chief might probably not want your taste, but I would also love things to get spicy. Did you see how they're gonna buff all? Yeah, I saw that one. I'm surprised, but I will welcome it because most of the older units we don't use because you got, for example, the weak spot team. Hopefully, what's this? What was the Dreya's team? What do you call it? Holy fuck, I forgot. Anyway, Dreya's team is also um not doing so well. So maybe they're gonna improve on those other sinners so that we would play with them some more. Bleed. Oh, thank you for reminding me. They're gonna bottom Shidori, always has been. Even through her veil, you can see her smile growing increasingly unhinged. I love unhinged women.
It seems that you, like many others, favor stories where goodness prevails and all ends well, unable to stomach the cruel indifference of fate and its bitter partings. Perhaps you'd like me to embellish things? To paint you a blissful ending like that adorable flower spirit did? Just to offer solace to your conscience? I suppose I could do that. Just like I indulge those sensation-seeking patrons of mine, I can satisfy your desires as well.
Damn, I can satisfy your desires as well. Out of it's another out of context path to nowhere. I love the writers of this. I know she's talking about something else, but my mind is in the gutter again. I'm so sorry. Anyway, what did I walk into? Nothing. Hot women talking. That was intentional. You feel a compelling urge to refute her. You know that whether it's her tales supposedly born out of compassion or the audience she claims to humbly serve, the tale teller holds no regard for either. Yeah, she just wants to satisfy her own maybe curiosity or likes. To her, everyone, both within and beyond her narrative, is merely prey for her twisted entertainment. Yeah, everything is for her entertainment. What do you want from us? Now she lifts her veil, ready to speak, her gaze gleaming with delight as she prepares to tear you apart. Oh, like a butcher towering over their next sacrifice. I am ready. Calm down, Cheatery. Nothing but gunks and goon juices. I'm sorry, but that's the norm here in my stream, right? But in the end, you decide to change the subject. There's no need. I'm not here to hear stories. I only want to know about the people there, about what really happened to those who lived and breathed through it all. Man, but can we save them? That's the problem. I need your power. Yingying may be the host of the fate, but it was you who brought her to this city. Before the mania outbreak, you were the one sending us all into the fate. You captured both Ying Ying and the fate within your book, didn't you? That's how you make people experience it all again, reopening the path to the fate.
All right, I will stop making fun of you. I know you want to return to that street, to see that person again. Very well. I will help you.
To see that person again. Yes. What is that? If sometimes you forgot that sinners in Pastinor is actually some of the worst people in humanity. They do. And most of them you just cannot change them or save them, but I don't mind. I don't mind. That's why I like them.
This is precisely the story I was hoping for.
Damn, we were walking right into her trap.
However, out of concern for your well-being, allow me to offer one word of caution.
What?
Remember, don't chase after impossible desires. Don't make the same mistake that she did.
What do you mean by that? Don't chase after impossible desires. Like what? Love? Don't make the same mistake that she did. What did Ying Ying do? But the look in her eyes tells a different story. She evidently anticipates that you'll make the same exact mistakes. What? You've seen through her game since long ago. Then why is she allowing us to go back in? Maybe because the chief will surprise her? They don't need any fixing. I know, right? I agree. Your mind is telling me no, but you know what? Sometimes you just need to throw away your brain to enjoy some things. But mainly, I'm talking about those, not passing nowhere, okay? Those sassy manhwas or mangas or doujins, yeah? Yeah, you throw away your brain to enjoy some stuff. Yugu means that Ying Ying is chasing an attainable dream. I wonder what? What kind of dream is she chasing? We'll find out. The tale teller removes her veil, her rosy lips parting softly. The pages of the book flutter in her hands, characters floating free, coiling around you, and drawing you into their depth. Oh my god! Everything is not so daijobu! It's burning! Yeah, I gotta agree with that joke. You let the bottom half of your body do the thinking. Yeah. Rescue Gord! Let's rescue Mr. Gord. Crimson and charred black hues spread across the main street of the Fate, while desperate people scatter in all directions. Amidst countless moans and wails of anguish, a stark contrast emerges. A corner of the street resound with hawking calls, cheerful still, completely at odds with the surrounding devastation. What the fuck? Everything is burning! And why is Mr. Gord still selling his goods? Hey, take worry, forget pills for the new year. 1 to forget pain, 3 to forget wounds, 9 to forget all sorrows. Have they been experiencing the same thing over and over again for the people here? You old fool. Is this really the time to be conning people? Worry, forgetting pills? Those are just licorice candies for children. What are you standing there for? Can't you see the fire around us? Run! Now! Why flee when my fire-repelling pills have been ingested, shielding me from these feeble flames? The fire holds no sway over me, for I am protected. As for you, with that injured leg, save your breath and stay still. After I go inside, I'll share one of my pills with you too. No, don't die! Your robe is literally on fire, and you still have the nerve to say your pills work? You fail to grasp the significance. This is a celestial omen. The heavens proclaim that my forthcoming year shall be ablaze with fortune, just as your future will be brilliantly bright. Sir, you're burning! What do you mean? Run! You old fraud. Why did you have to meddle and try to save me? Now you've got me almost wanting to believe you for once. When have I misled a soul? For a decade and more, I have stood as the most precise fortune teller on this very street. Hang in there, young lad. Let me help you get out of here. Burning wooden planks collapse with a crash in front of you, blocking your path. Through the flames, you see an elderly man dressed as a Taoist priest, struggling forward with unsteady steps as he supports an unconscious injured resident. You rush over, eager to help, but when you reach the spot, you find only a shattered gourd fragment lying in the ashes of the fortune-telling stall. Oh dear. We couldn't save him. Well, I'm assuming we really cannot save them because this already happened. You know, like similar to, I don't know if you've seen Your Name. It feels like that. It's either Your Name or Your Name and a combination of Endless Nightmare. Crimson flames rage against the sky as Pixie Dragon stands frozen before his burned down pawn shop, seemingly unable to accept the devastation before him. It's sad, Sam. I know, right? Your fortunes is ablaze. I know, right? The fire, my treasures, my livelihood, all gone. This isn't the time to dwell on it. Get to the Wisteria Pavilion. It's safe there. It's all over now. My lifetime of savings, my life's work, everything is gone. I don't have the energy to start all over again. You should go, Outlander. Leave me alone for now. Pixie Dragon sits warily beside the ruins of his pawn shop, an inscrutable expression masking his face, completely oblivious to the monsters and raging fire around him. That's... Watch out! A burning pillar comes crashing down toward you both. Pixie Dragon instinctively pushes you out of the way, only to be pinned beneath it in an instant. Oh dear. Instead of saving, we're just helpless and watching them die. You see a slightly overweight middle-aged man lying by the roadside, appearing to be seriously injured. They're good people. They're good people. They're just ordinary people. And yet these things happen to them. Horrible. They were just a moment ago having so much fun in the festival, and now everything is burning. Are you all right? I'm fine. I was just trying to take a shortcut to avoid the monsters, but ended up walking right into a horde instead. But you should hurry to the Wisteria Pavilion. It's the only safe place left now. Let's go there together. No need. I'm already done for. You just have to accept the consequences of your gambles. I guess I couldn't outwit fate after all. And here I thought it was a lucky star. Turns out it's a harbinger of doom. Don't feel sad about it. Care to wager a coin that this is all just a dream? No! That won't be necessary. Just joking. The thing I've hated most is dice games and the fools who throw their lives away on them. Run now. Never count on something as fickle as luck. Run. Fuck. What happened to Lady Rakshasa? Oh, why do we get another bot on Twitch? Fuck off, bot. Is this an event or a chapter? This is an event. It's just that luck of the draw sometimes. I know, right? They thought the lucky star is, you know, gonna bring them luck, but holy fuck. It's actually the perishing star. You won't be... There's a lot of time left, Ocean Wave. There's like 19. Wait, I'm not sure. Is it 17? 17 days left. So plenty of time. When you reach Lady Rakshasa, you find her clinging to life by a thread, yet she still stands defiantly in the sea of flames, propped up by her iron club and refusing to fall. Around Lady Rakshasa lie the corpses of several monsters and a group of trembling children. The little ones cling to her cooling body, sobbing as they try desperately to pull her back, from death's door. Oh dear. Purple petals drift down slowly, gently covering Lady Rakshasa like a delicate shroud. In this moment, this girl named Peachy truly is as radiant as Ying Ying described. Soon, the vision dissolves before your eyes. Peachy and the children vanish, transforming into wisteria petals that scatter among sparks before melting into the endless night sky. Go to the Wisteria Pavilion. You traverse the crumbling street. The once cheerful festive lanterns have now turned into raging flames, devouring crops and emitting acrid smoke so dense that it forces your eyes shut. Wails of anguish echo like cursed mantras, reverberating through the skull and tearing at your mind. Inferno and miasma corrode flesh and brick alike, while screams of terror blend with manic shrieks. Human transforms into monsters, the same monsters you know all too well. Reality warps under contamination as mania spawns corruptors. This scene, in all its horror, is painfully familiar to you. The streets where people celebrated joyous at the fate mere hours ago are now a living hell. You force yourself to take deep breaths, constantly reminding yourself to stay focused on your mission. I must find Ying Ying. Though your mind is clouded, your direction remains clear. Amid the ruins, a path of purple emerges. Wisteria blossoms strewn across the earth. Their vibrant hues cut through the chaos, forming veins of purple that lead to the core. You struggle forward, steadying yourself against broken walls as shadowy figures sweep past you. Their voices seep into your mind. Although the language is foreign to you, a strange intuition allows you to grasp the meaning behind their words. Gotta at least save one. Yeah, at least we gotta save Ying Ying, please. Monsters. So many monsters. Ah, help us! Wisteria Fairy, save us! It's okay. It's okay. The flowers are still blooming, and the fairy is still there. May the Wisteria Fairy watch over us. Protect us! Protect us! Prayers resembling a rhythmic chant echo outward from the ruins of the Wisteria Pavilion. Though they pray, their words lack the conviction of true believers. Each syllable drips with fear and despair, as both survival and prayer have been reduced to mere bodily responses. Inside you, the shackles writhe restlessly, sending sharp jolts of pain through your body as if trying to deliver a warning. Something's wrong. This is no natural disaster. Taking shelter like this won't save anyone. This is mania. If all this affected people gather together like this... Oh dear, they're gonna turn into corruptors! Oh! You break into a sprint, racing desperately to the Wisteria Pavilion. At the entrance, the mums are anxiously ushering people inside. Oh dear! No! Where's Ying Ying?
She's not here. She went out to help. There are still people trapped outside. She went to save them.
I'll go find her. Before leaving, you grab the woman's shoulders and call out. The corruptors have already shown up. The mania contamination is spreading. The Wisteria Fairy can't protect you anymore. Tell everyone to stop gathering here and run! Your urgent shouts startle her.
Corruptors? Mania?
Oh
Have you lost your mind,
no!
young lady? This is the sacred fate of the Wisteria Fairy. Our divine tree has protected us for a millennium. Everyone here came to receive its blessings.
Oh dear, they don't know. They don't know because this is 200 fucking years ago.
Even if the legends aren't real, how dare you claim it means us harm? And telling us to leave. Well then, you tell me. After everything that's happened, where else can we possibly go?
Oh no, Mom has been corrupted! No, stop this!
If our divine tree can't save us, who even will?
It's already fucking too late! The woman's face suddenly turns pitch black, in the void where her features once were lunges. In the void where her features once were lunges straight at you. At that moment, your shackles grow crimson, swiftly cutting through the murky vines coiling around you. During the struggle, you stumble backward and then... What exploded? Hey! A thunderous crash erupts from within the courtyard as contamination tears through walls and gates, coalescing into wildly thrashing vines. Before you can make out the screams of anguish from inside, a dark shape strikes you in the forehead, sending you flying backward. Oh dear! No! Is that Ying Ying? What is she doing? When your vision returns, you witness the courtyard, once blessed by the Wisteria Fairy, crumble into ruins in an instant. All its vitality transforms into roaring mania tendrils while the Wisteria tree burns amidst flames and contamination. Whether being destroyed or undergoing a twisted rebirth into a new monster, you cannot tell. You remain frozen in place for what feels like an eternity before slowly rising to your feet. The flames sear your eyes, forcing you to look away from the devastating scene before you. This is just an illusion. I can't change anything. It's in the past. Find Ying Ying. Resolve the crisis outside. Resolve now. You get to your feet, turn around, and try to force yourself to move forward. But as you turn around, you find her standing right before you. Ying Ying shields several children. The fiery flames reflected her eyes. Her lips tremble, her face deathly pale. Yet she appears completely numb to the burning embers falling on her skin. She approaches you with slow steps, gently placing the child from her arms into yours before proceeding on her path. No! What are you doing? You hear her words, barely a whisper.
Oh, Wisteria Fairy above. Oh, Wisteria Fairy above.
As she passes by you, murmuring those words, your shackles begin to tremble, signaling the awakening of a sinister power within Ying Ying. You instinctively move to stop her. Don't go! Yet suddenly, the child in your arms transforms into a heavy stone from which black-purple vines burst forth and coil around your limbs. Unable to break free, you can only watch helplessly as she walks into the crumbling ruins. No! Fuck you, game! It's another fucking cliffhanger! No! It's always like
If
this.
Scene could
Fuck.
be reenacted. What would be? Turn into ashes.
Man.
There is
What was
nothing to
that?
fear.
Cheatery if you get offered $1 billion, but you have to be a citizen of the Ark while the Ark is still building in Nikkei. Or be citizen in the dangerous area of Fascinator, where which one will I choose? Oh dear.
Wisteria blooms, behold the splendor. This is the guidance of the flames.
That's actually very difficult.
As Wisteria blooms, behold the splendor.
That's a very difficult question, Joe. Because both both places, the Ark and the city, are dangerous. I'd rather stay where I am. Even your shackles can't pierce through the layers of vines binding you. Immobilized and unable to cry out, you can do nothing but watch. Another failing beam snaps and crashes to the ground with a dull thud, quickly devoured by the raging flames. Forced to watch from afar, you can only witness the contamination spread while the air fills with the shrieks of the maddened and the dying desperate wails. Ying rushes back and forth between the ruins and the entrance, carrying out the people trapped within, one after another, laying them by the roadside. Hi, Johnny, welcome. Despite the distance between you, her labored breathing and sobs travel clearly to your ears through the vines that bind you. She's getting fucking corrupted. Did she turn into a sinner at this point? I'm not sure. How you doing? Having emotional damage in Path to Nowhere.
Save us, please.
She repeats these words over and over, like a mantra, a prayer, comfort for others, solace for herself. The mania gathers around her as power awakens within, and the corruptors now cower before her presence, keeping their distance, no longer daring to harm her. Oh dear. But no one calls out to her anymore. The screams and wails have given way to an even more terrifying silence. Time seems to stretch endlessly as she stumbles, struggles to her feet and limps on, each step slower than the last. Eventually, she collapses, unable to muster the strength to rise once more. Yet, she still crawls on with nowhere to go. Could it be another iteration of Ying? I think this is really what happened during the disaster in this place. Because the one we got in the previous part is like, that's more like of an ideal ending, not this tragedy. Oh, you've caught up to Nikki 36. Enjoy.
Please.
Oh dear. As her consciousness fades, her plea finally receives an answer.
Are you
Oh no!
do you resent this? Are you angry? Are you in despair?
Is she turning into an apostle of ashes?
These were supposed to be the happiest days. Why did it turn out like this? Why did it have to be us?
Oh dear. Or she's turning into a disaster similar to Yao in the previous half anniversary. Oh dear. The chaotic voice rises from the void, slowly engulfing the entire street. And she can no longer tell who is speaking.
I don't understand. I don't want this.
You also want us to survive.
Does this make Ying into the first tuner, or is that still Ray and the guy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Her eyes can no longer see anything else but the wisteria in the center of the courtyard. Her beginning, her childhood dreams, the roots she had relied on for years, all have grown monstrously large. The lives it absorbed are now intertwined, burning with a manic intensity, casting shadows of nothing but despair, So she absorbed, oh dear, she absorbed everyone during that disaster. She didn't know though. At this moment, the advent of their deity has finally come.
Speak. Tell us your wish.
Countless familiar voices ring in a chorus. The voices of those she couldn't
a new
save.
follower.
Thank you for the follow, Everdays. Thank you so much. You've been skipping, man. You're missing out a lot, Johnny. You're excited for Nikkei tomorrow. Same here. I will probably stream, but another late night stream. Even though it's a Saturday, anyway. Wish she had a cool face mask. Why? You want her to look like the Immortals, but she already looks amazing as she is. No live stream, Nikkei. No, because tomorrow is the eve of Easter, right? I need to go someplace else. So I'll just watch the stream around this time, around 12 again, 12 midnight, and then let's see how things go, and probably read the event also. Countless familiar voices ring in a chorus, the voice of those she couldn't save. They come to comfort her, accompany her, beseech her, threaten her, tempt her, corrupt her.
Oh, Wisteria Fairy above, I beg you.
They are very cool. I agree with that. But every time I see them, they make me sad, man. Before Ying Ying can finish her words, the massive darkness seizes upon her days and completely devours her. A tempest of mania erupts ferociously, ensnaring you as well in an ever-tightening embrace of vines, cocooning you away from the outside world. Oh dear. You catch a final utterance, not just from her voice, but from an obsessive chorus of countless souls merged into one.
From this moment on,
No!
you are the Wisteria Fairy. Now go. Continue our fate.
Man. She turned into a fucking disaster! Let me go, Ying Ying. I won't try to run away. I know what's happened, and I know nothing can change it anymore. The vines wrapped around you slowly begin to loosen. Oh dear, she looks hot in this CG. Before your eyes, the withered vines twist and weave themselves into human shape, gradually taking the form of a figure you know all too well.
If you knew all this, then why did you come back?
Because we want to save you! Listen to Ying Ying reveal the truth. Okay, let's go. Next week is also big week on Arknights. Okay. Crime against humanity. Good luck on your roles in Arknights. Oh my god! The wisteria tree is fucking burning. Why is every disaster from Istia always burns? Remember Yao? And then now it's Ying Ying. She studies you for a moment, wearing that usual smile of hers.
Oh, so Yugu sent you in here. I almost forgot. You have quite a few caring ladies helping you out there.
Are you jealous? I smell jealousy. But yes, we have a lot of sinners in our MBCC.
Silly. Becoming a character in her stories isn't something to celebrate. She always keeps tabs on our favors. You may get yourself into trouble without even knowing. Come now. Don't look so sad. The fate should be a place of joy.
We're sad because we don't know how to save you. She smelled like wisteria flowers. Well, she is a fairy of wisteria flowers.
Since she's the one who sent you here, you should know this is just another story she wrote. She has a thing for tearjerkers, crafting tales of tragic love between the living and the dead, all to steal your tears. Don't let yourself fall for it.
But we already did fall for you. She reaches out to rub your face, but inadvertently reveals the spreading corruption marks on her arm. Instantly, she pulls her hand back and takes half a step away.
This isn't my true self, just a projection. Don't worry about it.
We're worried. Then, where is the real you? Can you leave this place? The fate was over long ago. 100 years ago. Let's go for a walk outside instead. I'll show you the way. Oh my god, this is similar to those Eternal Nightmare. Can we save her? In the previous Eternal Nightmare, we managed to save Pelgia. I wonder if this time can we save her too? She watches you in silence.
Are you trying to save me, sweetheart?
Yes, yes.
Can't bear to let me go. Have I captured your heart? Or do you just pity me?
No.
You've always been so kind-hearted, unable to watch others suffer. Always trying to help everyone you meet. But I'm not the only one here. Who do you want to save?
Who will you save?
Who will you save?
You, Ying Ying. Oh dear, a massive surge of resentment suddenly erupts from within her, howling with desire for your life force. You instinctively take a step back, but in that same instant, it all vanishes without a trace. Then, just like how she used to tease you, she burst into laughter at your reaction.
Scared, aren't you? This is exactly why I didn't want you to come back. I can't keep up my old charming self anymore.
She's trying to push us away? No! We will find a fucking way. That's fine. Even beneath a spirit's guise beats a human heart. I know who you really are, and I believe in the kindness you've shown us.
A single thought can make a saint or a demon. And me? I harbor quite a bit of resentment, you know.
That's understandable. A withered vine rises from below, lifting your chin to make you look into her eyes. Only then do you realize that those eyes, which once reflected the warm lights of countless homes, now harbor an unfathomable darkness in their depths. That darkness looms ominously, a stagnant void akin to something long deceased, decaying over the ages, sealing away any decipherable hint of her true intentions.
You enjoyed the fate, did you, sweetheart? With all the fun? Was there a moment when all your burdens slipped away? Was there a fleeting second when you wished such happiness could last forever? That's what we thought too, on the day the shooting star fell. No matter how tough life gets, people keep moving forward. They've faced the darkest times, always finding something to hope for. After trying so hard just to stay alive, why must they still be let down?
I don't have an answer to that, but life is sometimes just like that. Yinging sounds like English VA of Naga. Really? Well, I'm not sure who is her English VA here because they don't reveal it, I think. You like how she calls us sweetheart? Yeah, me too. As she speaks, she narrows her eyes in another smile.
I'm just a simple soul who loves happy endings. I hope those who made wishes here will come back next year with hearts full of joy. If heaven won't watch over them, then I will. Everyone has entrusted their wishes to me. As long as the fate continues, there's nothing I won't do. Nothing I haven't already done. Would you like to hear about another fate? The story is even more fascinating than Yugu's tales.
But you're holding all those souls trapped here. Let them go.
No? Well, that's fine. You're too kind-hearted, risking your life to come back for even a wicked spirit like me, trying to save me. So, if I do a few more things in your homeland, you'll forgive me, right?
Oh, no.
After
No.
You feel so sorry for us. You just can't bring yourself to leave us.
Is this
behind.
really her speaking? Or is that the mania? I want to believe that's the mania. The vine caresses your chin with deceptive gentleness, all the while draining away your strength, depleting your energy bit by bit. She is still chuckling, yet now more human voices begin to emerge within her laughter. Twisted, covetous voices that pour directly into your mind. This signals the impending collapse of the collective consciousness, more terrifying than any fiend in Yugu's tales. But you're pretty bad at making up stories, Ying Ying. You wanted to cover for the evil, even play evil yourself, yet you couldn't bring yourself to crush your listeners' hearts, always leaving a glimmer of hope. Why don't you let me take over the story instead? Go, Chief! Go, Chief! I've already heard the original story of the fate from the tale teller.
Unable to bear the endless torment, the maiden succumbed to madness. To sustain everyone's obsession, she first offered her own tea, then began luring travelers to steal theirs. Again and again, year after year, she perpetuated this fate that existed only in her illusory dream.
Illusory dream. So it must really be connected to the illusory moon, I'm
But
assuming.
the fate never truly revived as she wished. Every single time, on
Man.
the third day, the ominous star of death would fall without fail, bringing devastation upon Bloomfade Street, leaving her as the sole survivor. Everyone else perished, all their wishes shattering the very moment they were made. It took her a long time to understand the reason.
She's been trapped. This is really like an eternal nightmare, man. But Istia edition. She pretends to make us unalive her. No, we don't want to. Chief will find a way. Trust. We trust in Chief. You made wish after wish to restore the fate, to save everyone. But Ying Ying, when the fate began anew each time, when the locals appeared before you, did you truly feel at peace? Did you really believe your wish had come true? Or maybe witnessing them only reminded you of your repeated failures, of how powerless you were to stop that falling star. Mania has never granted any wishes. It's born from corrupted hearts, only reflecting the deepest truths within a heart into reality. It can do nothing but repeat the nightmare you can't escape, endlessly churning that hatred and despair into an eternal curse, growing and spreading. until it spirals beyond your control and devours you whole. You've known it all along, have you? That's why you keep telling me to let go of my past.
The maiden, consumed by dark powers, wandered the world in her madness, leaving chaos in her wake. Years passed until one day, she attacked a tale-teller in search of ancient lore. From this tale-teller, she heard a new story about her cherished fate.
So this is when Yugu and Ying Ying met for the first time, huh?
In that one, there was no divine wisteria standing guard over the people. Only an undying demonic tree. No warm-hearted locals, only bloodthirsty fiends. Gone was the memory of that jubilant fate where visitors from far and wide celebrated the new year together. All that remained was a notorious street of haunting ghosts. The past she desperately sought to revive was already dead and gone. And what killed it was her own obsession.
Oh dear.
Only this truth was painful enough to wake her from her delusion. The anguish weighed heavily upon her, filling her with remorse. But what worth was the repentance of a single soul? She could no longer control the malevolence she had stirred. This accursed festival would roam as it pleases beyond her sway.
So she's trapped. She's trapped hurting people over and over again. In the original ending of the tale, the flower spirit was sealed away in eternal slumber, and with her the rampaging fate would never awaken again. This was the ending she asked Yugu to write. The flower spirit allowed Yugu to seal her into the story, sacrificing her own fate. She sought to borrow the tale-teller's power to reshape the story, break the twisted curse, and grant everyone their final peace. But of all people, she had to encounter such a cruel soul. And of all places, the tale-teller had to bring her to this city.
Come to think of it, the one who awakened her, the one destined to find her, wouldn't that be you, after all?
Damn, another sinner attached to the chief's fate.
I should be the one thanking you.
Yugu. It's been well planned by Yugu all along.
Such a tragic, such a lovely tale. I simply cannot bear to let it end here.
Ying Ying gazes at you. After a long while, she lets out a deep sigh.
You're too kind-hearted. No wonder you're always so tired. Don't overthink it, sweetheart. These are just stories, no matter which version you hear. Stories belong to the past, to other people. Truth or lies, reality or illusion. None of that matters anymore. It's all in the past. Once a story ends, we must keep moving forward. What matters is the here and now.
Her smile, though no longer as bright as before, carries a gentle warmth, tinged with wariness.
There's Istia, standing strong through the calamities, myths freshly woven by scholars. The little lion dancer, journeying from Goldianville across the ocean, and the city, and people you can't bear to leave behind regardless of the burdens you shoulder. Don't let the sorrows of the past weigh you down. The path ahead will only grow rougher. You must learn to ease your load. So why not start by letting go of those stories that belong to the past, to others?
We can't.
The new year has come. I have my street to watch over, and you should go back to protect your city.
She's really pushing us away. No. She raises her hand slightly, and you immediately know what she's about to do. Wait! No!
No,
No! What is she going to do? Also, amazing music. A tremendous force strikes you, and at the same time, her smile grows even more radiant, devoid of all traces of sorrow, as if they had never been there. For the guardian of the faith forever resides in joy and anticipation.
before you stands the Wisteria Flower Spirit, the bearer of millennium-old faith and the obsessions of countless souls wandering the world for centuries. I am every unfulfilled wish, the very source of all corruption.
What are you going to do?
The decisive great hero of the city. There's no time for doubt when vanquishing evil spirits. The Wisteria did not fulfill my wish, but you, sweetheart.
What? I don't want to kill her! Wait, can we play that again?
The decisive great hero of the city. There's no time for doubt when vanquishing evil spirits. The Wisteria did not fulfill my wish, but you, sweetheart, you can.
I don't want to kill her! I thought we're here to save her! At last, the mania flames are unleashed, lapping at her body until she becomes one with the blazing wisteria behind her. Upon the impact, the vines release their grip, the ground beneath your feet crumbles away, and you plummet rapidly into the story's rift.
Thank
No!
you for accompanying me to the fate, for helping me relive what I truly missed. It's been so long.
Don't go!
Let it go back to the best days and show me a happy ending.
She's basically telling us to kill her! The last thing you see is the massive tree crashing down with a thunderous rumble. And we're back to
Birth,
reality.
Aging, sickness, and death are but norms of life. Not to mention the pains of facing what we despise, parting from what we cherish, and yearning for what we cannot have. If one fails to find beauty within cruelty and suffering, how are they to navigate this harsh world? Just like her.
There's a lot of irony in that sentence, but you know, that's how life is, man. There is beauty within cruelty.
However, what must end shall end, just as every tale must reach its final chapter. That look in your eyes tells me you are prepared to take on the role of protagonist and bring this tragedy to its end in my stead, are you not? Welcome back, Chief. Have you attained your desire? Or perhaps, have you realized that what you seek lies beyond your grasp?
Fuck you. Her expression reflects sympathy, yet her eyes gleams with satisfaction. Everything unfolds precisely as she planned. Are you not fucking entertained already, Yugu? You no longer can bring yourself to argue against her words. You said you wanted me to be your protagonist. If your goal was to rewrite Ying Ying's ending, then you've succeeded. But you didn't approach me just for this old story that's coming to an end, did you? For your next tale, do you already have something in mind? She gazes at you, a smile gradually forming on her lips. Rising to her feet, she moves closer, then lifts your chin with the edge of her fan to peer deep into your eyes. There's a lot of very close peering into the chief's eyes moment in this event.
Well then, that certainly calls for a proper discussion.
Equipment parameters calibrated. All combat personnel assembled. Operation plan confirmed. The operation consists of 3 phases: defensive containment, systematic weakening, and precise breakthrough. Our ultimate goal is to break through the Arboreal Mania's contamination shell and completely expose the source of contamination hidden inside.
White armored soldiers stand ready at the Russ's isolation belt as red targeting dots dance across the mutated Wisteria's surface.
Commence the first wave of attack.
A barrage of projectiles rain down, pounding the marked points along the contaminated vines, causing the massive mania tree to violently convulse.
The mania entity is still growing upward. Contamination source is moving up. Update target coordinates and maintain sustained fire. It's trying to evade, which means our attacks are working. Istia's strategy is proving effective. Maintain the pressure.
Yeah, the bad kind, yeah. She's a very, I don't know, she has her good and bad points that it's very hard to hate her also. My emotions are all over the place. Again, it's typical, I guess, for past and nowhere women to be like this, you know. They got their good and bad points that it's so hard to hate them. Holy fuck. The tactical deployment proceeds with precision and clarity. Every move executed with practice efficiency. These veterans of countless crises lack neither strategy, strength, nor courage. Wuhuanzi stands beside you. Hi, Emphil. See you later on Nikkei live stream at TV. I am streaming at 12 midnight, okay? Because I'm heading somewhere during the live stream. So right after that, maybe. See ya, see ya.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes. And here I am asking for your help again. You have my gratitude. Wuhuanzi shakes her head.
The real challenge lies in what you must face ahead. Stay strong.
She just loves bad ending story. To be honest, I like stories that makes me cry. So I guess I am similar to Yugu also. Aside from stories that make me cry, even tragic stories I like also. Because to be honest, those happy ending kind of stories are, I find them boring. So I can definitely relate to Yugu. Helicopters draw near and weapons lock on to their target, the massive Mania Wisteria by the Rust. At its epicenter, where the anomalous energy readings peak, is the sinner known as Ying Ying.
My, what magnificent weapons are these? How brave these young ones are, standing up to such a colossal monster without a trace of fear, and with such vigor. The world has certainly come far in 100 years. Speaking of which, this is exactly where that big Jinx star crashed down.
Oh dear.
It seemed so terribly mighty back then, but look at it now. People are living their lives just fine, right under its nose. Hey, just imagine if we held a fete here, think of all the crowds and gold it would bring in.
Oh dear, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. The only answer comes from the corrupted mire that coils around her, steadily consuming her being.
Kill them.
Oh dear.
Kill them!
I don't want to die. Don't want to die. Wisteria Fairy. Wisteria Fairy.
Don't listen to those voices.
Protect us!
A purple-black miasma gathers in the air as shadows loom over the bustling metropolis. Mania tendrils descend from above, reaching down to drain the life from every living soul they crave. Yingying watches them in silence, and after a long moment, she lowers her eyes.
I'm sorry for keeping you stuck in this nightmare for so long. But it'll all be over soon. The fate from that year will finally be over.
As the mania reaches downward, amazing music again. I got distracted. I'm sorry. As the mania reaches downward, the wisteria tree defies its nature and stretches upward, lifting the contamination toward the sky. Fortune favors her. She still has enough strength left to lend a helping hand. She's helping the chief! In the heart of the crowd, beneath the shadows, the gray-clad commander has everything in place. She hesitates for a moment, lifting her gaze to the towering contaminated tree with a conflicted expression. Amazing music! Yingying spots her instantly. She manages a smile and, with what little strength she has left, waves to that person from afar.
Don't frown like that. Compared to the foes you faced before and those yet to come, I'm hardly a challenge. You'll win.
Don't say that! The chief will save you!
It'd be nice if we could be remembered.
Man. Thank you, Yugu, for keeping your memory alive in people's hearts. And thank you, Chief, for helping revise the morbid writing of hers, letting everyone remember us as we truly were. The mania breaches the last line of defense, swiftly engulfing her, devouring her, making her one with itself. Yet, in those final seconds, a tiny flower blooms from her fingertips. What is happening?
Welcome to the final fate. What's past cannot be changed. Let time take care of that. Come to us to find solace, to bid farewell to the old and welcome the new. Don't dwell on sorrow for too long. You have a new year ahead of you.
That is so beautiful. Why are you saying that while you're about to die?
This is your era now, and it will be just fine under your watch.
Don't leave us. How do you expect me to fight? Fuck you, game. Amazing music as always. Holy fuck. The boss looks so freaking hot. Also amazing music. Oh dear, we cannot use magic. Calm down, cheatery.
Dear audience, let me unveil this tale.
Huh? Are they even a match?
Which voice would you like me
Do
to
we
use?
need a healer? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Your wish is my command.
Might as well bring her.
I must take this seriously now.
How many cores? 4! Damn, this music is amazing!
A should switch to a cooler battle model next time.
Beauties die! Why is the music? Why is that the
smoke has
title?
Now,
Overflow. Warning!
In the name
That's the
of
translation.
almighty
That
love.
is so freaking sad,
Here
man.
comes the breaking news!
He is indeed beautiful, not gonna lie. Man.
Overflow. Warning!
Ah! Holy fuck, I forgot.
Overflow. Warning!
Anyway, it's fine.
In the name of almighty love.
It's burning! But it's fine, we're doing great.
the smoke has risen. Now, play your
Wait,
heart
she turned into an old lady! Or is my mind playing tricks on me? I don't know. Goodbye. I love that music, man. The mania mass ceases to grow and begins to crumble. Though it yearns to survive, a conflicting will within prevents it from withstanding the unified assault from outside. The massive wisteria tree that once reached for the sky now topples down. It crumbles with firecracker-like pops and crackles, its fragments dissipating akin to withered leaves falling from dead branches. A living have a future to embrace, while it's time for them to bid farewell to the past.
Darkness scatters and moonlight breaks through the clouds. The tale of the fate comes to a close at last. The valiant hero from afar vanquished the life-draining evil spirit and protected her streets. The tormented souls that wandered this world have finally found peace. One by one, they break free from the evil, mysterious grasp. As their obsessions fade away with the shadows, they transform into bright, warm figures, ones that stir fond memories. After more than 100 years, they finally remember who they truly were, finding back their uncorrupted souls at long last.
Ying Ying said she'd wait for us over there.
Let's go. We shouldn't keep the little one waiting too long. Let's go.
They're finally moving on. Does that include Ying Ying too? Please don't go.
That's right. Let go. Just let it go. Only by letting go of your obsession can you truly win at life.
Be crying about losing her when we pulled her. Oh. I still want one copy of her.
No more troublemakers around? Then I'll go ask the Wisteria ladies to help me dress up.
They're finally at peace.
My debt is paid at last! This noble soul is heading home! Home sweet home! A bright future awaits. A bright future awaits!
Mommy! Goodbye, twisted fiends. Farewell, endless nightmare. The past can never return, but now more people will remember them.
But what about you? What about you?
No longer a haunt of evil spirits. No longer a fiend's lair. But once again, a bustling, joyous fate of a new year. That's wonderful. Truly wonderful. Now, you too can finally find peace.
She returns to her own realm, back to the devastated street where beneath the wisteria, now nearly burned to ashes, lies a fallen figure. That is herself from 100 years ago. Her nails shattered, her voice too hoarse for tears, while this hellscape gradually fades away, and even the devastating fires that destroyed them crumble into void. Ying Ying still stays rooted in the ruins, like a withered vine clinging to a solitary grave. The flower spirit bends down, her tattered vines trailing as she tries to hold that scarred maiden in her arms.
Don't cry. This isn't the end of the world. And you're not alone.
Man, she's trying to console
The
herself.
hurdles that once seemed impossible will one day be behind you.
Chief, where are you?
What we couldn't do, someone else will figure it out.
As she speaks, the sound of footsteps reaches her ears. She looks up, yet her vision is too blurred to see clearly. However, a gentle smile grazes her lips almost instinctively. Chief!
You did wonderfully, sweetheart. I knew you had it in you. Come. It's time to write the ending. Help me end it all.
The new protagonist of the story has arrived. What unfolds before Chief is a scene of devastation. The tree has fallen, its broken branches played out like bones protruding from wounds. Countless trapped souls have finally found release, leaving behind only a single barely recognizable person. Oh dear. Somehow, Chief knows she must be smiling. The corruption that lasted a century, the grief and resentment of countless souls, it's finally over. The curse that consumed her entire being has been lifted at last. Chief kneels down and leans into the corrupted debris, carefully pushing aside the filth before gently lifting her body into arms. Wake up, Ying Ying. You're still alive. The illusion of the fate is not gone yet. That jinxed star that hate still hangs in the sky. Oh, wait, I'll read that again. I read it wrong. The illusion of the fate is not gone yet. That jinxed star you hate still hangs in the sky. And Yugu can still send me in. This means there's still time to make things right. The mania might have thrown everything off balance within you, but it has also slowed down time. Your body is still rescuable. The medical team is doing their best. We can cleanse the contamination from you and suppress the mania. I'll give you all the chi you need, whatever it takes. Chief! A century has passed, but now we can save you. Please, wake up. The new year has come. Let's look to the future together. All right? The figure in your arms remains silent. The ground begins to shatter, and the sky fractures into pieces. Yet, that unyielding crimson shooting star still hangs high above, overlooking everything. Wuhuanzi carefully avoids the shackles to check your pulse, her brow furrowing with concern. After what feels like an eternity, she finally brings herself to let go and shakes her head. The people behind her understands the implication, their expressions growing even more grave. Oh dear.
Purification failed. Operation terminated. Switch to Plan B. Separate Chief. She can't be exposed to the contamination any longer.
Chief, wake up! You have to let go. She's gone.
No! I refuse to fucking believe that. If we can save Pilgia before, I believe we can save Ying Ying too. Nightingale attempts to detach you from the lingering contamination, but you remain unresponsive. The shackles binding you to the source of contamination only embed themselves further into the remnants. Yugu stands and watches from the side as she witnesses both the scene before her and the tale drawing to its inevitable end. The flower spirit, bound by love for her era, unable to move on or let go, has long lost herself in unattainable wishes. Her fate lies in ruins, yet there is joy in becoming its sacrifice. A century-old wish finally granted. If it is so, how can you wake her? Why would you wake her? But the fate isn't over yet. The host must light the lanterns to bid farewell to guests, and the Wisteria Fairy must read everyone's wishes. I've decided what wish to make. Won't you come and see it, Wisteria Fairy? As your consciousness gradually fades away, you struggle to convey your message through the shackles and the withered vines. Yet only the tale-teller hears these heartfelt words. Behind her veil, she lets out a soft laugh.
You two are so very alike. Both yearning for those beyond your reach, chasing impossible dreams. Love and hatred, life and death, partings and reunions. You bear every weight, whether rightfully yours or not, and willingly sink into the abyss alongside them.
Yeah, the chief is a very amazing yearner. I guess Ying Ying too.
What an exquisite tale. Precisely the type I've been craving. I am truly thankful for this entertainment.
You're entertained now, and please help us. In the illusion, the crimson light of the perishing star still baits the two figures, a prison unbreakable over 100 years. It bursts at the beginning of the tale and will persist until each one meets their inevitable fate. The tale-teller draws her consciousness back to reality. It is time for her departure. She must return to record these captivating scenes while they linger vividly in her memory. Hey, don't leave us here. However, after taking one mere step, she halts in her tracks.
That's...
Is it? Is this it? Down on your knees, you cradle the remains of the wisteria. In your dazed state, you notice the light and shadows around you beginning to waver. Are those wisteria blooms? With immense effort, you turn your head to look at the sky. The perishing star still hangs high in the fractured sky, but around it, hazy specks of light begin to emerge. They float upward slowly, their faint golden glow gradually spreading and dissolving the crimson light that had engulfed you both. In your daze, you hear voices from another world echoing through the ruined Fate Street.
Well done, little clapper! You finished exactly when you said you would. Perfect timing for the lantern release. I'll go first. Next year, I'm taking everyone back to Goldianville. Hey, don't jump the gun. We agreed to release the lanterns together a few hours after everyone woke up. There's a whole crowd waiting. I don't want to go that far. Why don't we just hold the fete here again next year? It'll be just as good.
Those are wish lanterns. The living are releasing their wish lanterns into the sky. Wuhuanzi stands transfixed, watching the lanterns rise above the rust. Suddenly, the thread hanging by her hand trembles ever so slightly, leaving the herbalist frozen in her spot.
There's still time. No, it has to be now.
The lanterns rise slowly, carrying wishes as they illuminate the city's night sky. They pierce through both reality and illusion, transcend 100 years, and once again light up the streets long drowned in darkness. Look, Wisteria Fairy, even without you lighting the lanterns, everyone's carrying on the tradition, and apparently someone else will be the host next year. The fate will live on. Don't you need to watch over it? Now, I'm going to make my wish. My wish is to fulfill the Wisteria Fairy's original wish. Time stretches on and on until the lantern light finally outshines the crimson glow. At last, the person in your arms stirs with a response.
Can I?
Of course. Some parts of our past, we don't have to force ourselves to let go. Let's take them with us as we move forward. Chief! With a slight quiver, the ground fractures at your feet and something sprouts like a seedling, slowly climbing up to your shoulder.
Then I want to be like you.
No problem. Bloom, Ying Ying. The new year has come. This time, we'll protect your street together. Freshly sprouting vines coil around and envelope you, growing rapidly, winding more firmly, like an embrace with all their might. Something drains from within you, making your head spin, but you refuse to close your eyes. You must see this through to the end. Yes. And so you watch as every branch sprouts new buds, intertwining and knotting together, growing endlessly upward, rushing like mad toward the falling crimson star. They spread into an enormous net, ready to swallow it whole. And then, upon a gust of wind, the wisteria flowers burst into a sprawling canopy, shielding the shattered streets underneath. Rising wish lanterns illuminate this floral dome. Whether the lanterns hold up the flowers or the flowers protect the lanterns, you cannot tell. A dawn's light brightens both worlds. Weaves of cheers reverberate from above the debris. Man.
Lord of evil comes the new. O Wisteria Fairy above,
Bless us with divine fortune!
I love how the others from this city releases those lanterns in order to help Ying Ying, man.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! The rich fragrance of flowers cascades like a waterfall, and with peace finally in your heart, you allow it to envelope you. The last thing you see is the now faded crimson star, drifting gently onto the floral canopy like a seed settling into vast soil, without stirring even the slightest ripple.
May all things be renewed. May all wishes come true.
Yes, may all things be renewed and may all wishes come true. That's
May all
man.
souls souls find joy. And may the new year surpass the last.
Yes, Chief did it again. Yes, Chief did it again. Man. It's over. It's over. That was beautiful. What? Gold-toed man who overcame their gambling urges, overjoyed closed his stalls, resisting temptation, and returned riches to the steadfast one. Rakshasa received her tailored garments before the new year, transformed into a beautiful Yakshini, her reputation for scarring thieves. I cannot read. That old man ascended to immortality on a crane, leaving behind a vine in the city sprouting celestial petals. Basically, everyone is happy now, right? This is so fucking beautiful! Even the music is beautiful. The Wisteria Pavilion reopened, its ladies welcoming guests from afar and wide. Man! The young Herbals returned to the mortal world after enduring hardship and saving lives. I wish I could pause this. The Hazy Fate in Days Volume 4 concludes. After Taleteller's deliberations, is revised and renamed once. What was that? I didn't wasn't able to read. That was amazing. There's more. Okay. Once upon the spring eve. Oh. That day, calm down, Jittery. That day, the sinister tree vanished, and a new wisteria tree is now sprouting in the distant land. Oh! It is said that those who held dear memories of that fate now search far and wide, meticulously nurturing the wisteria. When the flowers bloom once more, they plan to hold a new fate in this city and rejoice with all their heart. Oh. As for that book, Hazy Fate in the Days, it is said that the protagonist boldly seizes the author's pen, writing freely and turning the tragic ending into something entirely new, proclaiming, "This is the true story of these lovely people," and even proposed changing the book title. So it was the chief who changed the book title. She shall have her way then. After all, they offered themselves as a shelter and defied fate itself. This is the ending they carved out by themselves. He closed the book.
Are you satisfied with how the tale ends?
Very much satisfied. Wait, what happened to Ying Ying? I will not rest until I see her. Should we ignore her? Maybe we should just ignore her. Ignore her.
Here I am, making a rare concession to craft a happy ending only for you, and yet not a single word of gratitude is uttered. How heartbreaking.
Wasn't it a fair trade between us? You sent me back to the fate multiple times and painfully endured my forced happy ending, all in exchange for a new story. I've offered myself to your story. As you said, what's about to happen to me would be more to your liking. Iyugu's smile grows more content as her voice takes on a meaningful tone.
Indeed.
Are you
after
happy now,
wandering for
ma'am?
so many years, I have at last found the most authentic and exquisite tale and the ideal protagonist for my narrative. Allow me to linger by your side and document the unfolding of your legend.
Things are about to get chaotic in the MBCC, I guess. I can't wait to read her interrogation.
Fate marches ever forward. Please pen your tale with abandon. Bestow upon me more delightful revelations. When the finale draws near, may you bring everything to its grandest crescendo, and then embrace your destined end in the most exquisite manner.
All right, all right. You give a casual response, knowing that if you say anything more, she'll mock you for trying so hard only to come up with a placebo ending to appease the Wisteria spirit. Well, what would a tale teller who only watches from the sidelines know? You leave the reception room and return to your room to check on your new friend. The FAC retrieved from the ruins. Oh! Friend? Friend is our new roommate? The flowers are yet to bloom, but the fragrance has already enveloped you. This mysterious being from Isia is truly fascinating. No wonder everyone warned you not to breathe in too much of it, lest you get intoxicated. Wait, are we sniffing on Ying Ying? You go on hate watch just because she witnessed a good ending and she like a bad ending. I know, right? Yugo is actually praying for something more dramatic, I guess, more tragic for her taste. But I'm sorry to burst her bubble that Chief was able to have a happy ending. Are we doing some sniff on Ying Ying? Unfortunately, it might already be too late.
Have you decided on your wish?
Oh,
My sweet heart.
don't tell me she's in the MBCC like a spirit roaming around. Oh! That was amazing, but it feels like I need something more. I want something more. More! Is her interrogation up or nah? Wait for interrogations, man. I want to read interrogation. Not out yet, man. I want to know what happened next. Well, at least we know that all the spirits have been freed. We managed to bring in Ying Ying in the MBCC. And Yugu was unhappy with the ending. But fuck her. At least we're happy. She already had enough entertainment. It's not out yet. I'm so sad. When will it be out?
From a branch hangs a young lord.
Fuck off, Yugu. But don't worry. That fuck off is affectionate type of fuck off. I think they are out after a week. Oh, wait, let's check. We can actually check, right? Only Wuhuanzi. Okay. Yugo is not voiced. I have a lot of unread interrogation. Oh dear. After the conclusion of the fate, you take over a series of cleanup work, carefully protecting and handling the energy source buried deep within the remnants of the mania-infected wisteria. Oh! So this is where... Oh, I can't wait to read it! The energy source buried deep within the remnants of the mania-infected wisteria. Is that Ying Ying? Oh dear. Also, how long is Wuhuanzi's interrogation? Maybe we have a bit of time to read it. But I did not. Anyway, it's fine though. So it will be released on. They did not say. How do we know? It's not here. Man. Get her out of jail. Around 40 minutes. I'm not sure. Do you guys want to read through it? If you guys are interested. Well, but you'll have to bear with my voice because it's unvoiced. Because it's it's only been 2 hours. Aha. Maybe we can read it. It's fine. Okay. My voice is fine. I don't really read interrogations. Oh dear. Look at that. So many unread interrogations. I'm blind. Where is she? Oh, she's at the end. Okay. Let me change the stream title. Wuhuanzi Interro. We're still good, I think. We can read this. So maybe around 40 or an hour if I will read it. Alright. During the handling of the Wisteria Mania incident's aftermath, Wuhuanzi is detained by the MBCC. Why? What did she do? She actually helped us and we detained her. This young traveling herbalist from Istia is all about earning good karma. But her true purpose for coming to the city remains unclear. Unable to discern her genuine thoughts, you decide to begin the interrogation as soon as possible. I feel bad for interrogating her. Oh dear. In your stuffy office where the air hangs heavy and still, you silently leaf through the medical report about Wuhuanzi's patients. As you read on, your brow furrows into confusion. You're reading the words, but you're not understanding anything. What? Drinking water mixed with paper talisman ashes, sticking talisman on people's bodies, making patients dig up weeds, acupuncture. This treatment method sure seems familiar to you. After what happened at the fete, nothing surprises me anymore. What kind of... Those sounds like placebo treatment. Nightingale gives a slight smile as you turn the pages, coming across the patient's latest physical examination results. The Bureau arranged medical examination for these patients and, well, they're all in good shape, healthier than before even. Eastern medicine is truly beyond our understanding. You stroke your chin thoughtfully, setting aside your doubts for now as you pick up another report, this one tracking her movements. After entering the city, Wuhuanzi ran street clinics in crowded areas. Isn't that illegal? Because if you're a doctor, you need certificates and licensures, right? Despite her low fees, she attracted few patients. She would also often get driven away by security officers for practicing without a license. Exactly. It's understandable that the city residents would be wary of such a young traveling doctor claiming to be from Istia. Even if her skills are genuine, those treatment methods would scare quite a few people away. You add inwardly while unconsciously checking for non-existent acupuncture marks on your body. Eventually, she reached the drifter camp and stayed there for a while before continuing her medical practice elsewhere until she got involved in the Wisteria Mania incident. After that, she remained there offering free medical services. For good karma, she said. For good karma. She kept mentioning this word during the fate too. What exactly does good karma mean? You were too busy recovering your chi to ask back then, but perhaps now is a good time to find out. Has she shown any changes since joining the Bureau? Nightingale shakes her head and looks up from her device. Since joining the Bureau, she's been proactively offering treatments to both sinners and staff members. She's not offended when they refuse either. She simply returns after some time and offers her service again, like it's some kind of routine checkup. Chief, Wuhanji's interrogation is scheduled for 2 days from now. Do we need more time for observation? Also, would we stop her from providing unauthorized medical treatment within the Bureau? Instead of answering Nightingale right away, you tap your fingers thoughtfully on the desk. While Wu Hanji's behavior seems consistent with her pattern since her arrival in the city, something about it feels off. According to these two reports, Wu Hanji never stays in one place for too long, and she appears to show no interest in following up her patients' conditions. Just like at the Bureau, patients everywhere are often skeptical and refuse her treatment, but rather than showing any frustration, she simply moves on to the next potential patient. Day after day, she lives this life of constant rejection and suspicion, showing neither desire nor initiative. You begin to wonder if her medical practice is just another part of her well-programmed routine. I feel so bad for her. She's just trying to help, and people keep on rejecting her. I wonder if she's asking for payment for those treatments. Rather than curing her patients thoroughly, Wuhan just seems more concerned with treating as many people as possible, almost as if she's trying to meet some kind of performance quota. Oh? No need. We'll proceed with the interrogation as scheduled. As for how to handle her unauthorized medical practice, the interrogation should give us our answers. I wish Ying Ying's interrogation is voiced. This is bad for my throat as always. In the interrogation room, the petite Isian girl sits stiffly in her chair. She takes a brief glance around the claustrophobic room, showing neither panic nor anxiety. Instead, she sits in silence, waiting for your arrival. You turn on the light. Due to a faulty connection, it flickers several times before finally staying on. Chief, you're scaring her, I think. Why won't you fix the light? Are we so broke that we cannot fix lights anymore? Wu Hanji instinctively raises her hand to shield her eyes. Realizing the light isn't as harsh as she expected, she slowly lowers it. Phew, that's a relief. I thought this would be the 5th light I would have broken since coming to the Bureau. What? She breaks light. Relax, the Bureau's equipment is sturdier than that. My friend, your complexion has worsened during the day I didn't see you. Ashen face, furrowed brow, lifeless eyes, pale lips. That's the normal, Chief, I think. Did you bring me to this private cell today so I could give you a special consultation? Her eyes are largely hidden behind thick bangs, making her expression unreadable. But in her quiet muttering, you detect some sort of enthusiasm. She saw a potential patient, I think. That's why she's so happy. Of course not. One must never turn a blind eye to their ailments, however mild they might be. As fortune would have it, I wrote a new healing talisman just yesterday. Wuhuanzi leans forward and pulls a bright yellow talisman from her wide sleeve. You wave your hands frantically in refusal, terrified that she might burn it into ashes and force you to drink them any second now. I'm in reasonably good health, thank you. Very well. You can come to me for treatment whenever you need it. Wuhuanzi looks unbothered, seemingly used to this kind of response. She tucks the talisman back into her sleeve and meticulously straightens the cuff. Eastern medicine focuses on observing one's vital energy, predicting its course, and treating ailments before they manifest. It's simply a different approach from the city's prevailing medical theories. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. Best not to wait until the illness becomes untreatable. Slow down. As Wuhuanzi rattles off in an incomprehensible stream of medical terms, you feel like she is practically writing your epitaph already. You've interrogated many sinners before, and plenty try to dodge questions with sweet talk and tall tales. But this is the first time someone has tried to distract you with an entire medical lecture. She still sounds like the concerned young healer, you know, but unlike during the Fate incident, there's no real risk of chi depletion for you anymore. If not for your extensive interrogation experience, her elaborate medical discourse might have successfully diverted you from the matter at hand. Thanks for the Eastern medicine crash course. Let's set that aside for now. Pay careful attention to my following questions. Your answers to them will determine the level of supervision you'll be placed under. With the medical discussion over, Wuhuanzi reverts to her usual gloomy self. He adjusts her clothes and shrinks back into her chair. Why were you at the Fate when the Wisteria mania broke out? Because of my bad luck. I wish I knew. I tried so hard to avoid that storyteller. When she left, when she went left, I went right. But somehow, no matter which direction I took, all paths led to the same place. I still ended up getting dragged into her story. And this time, it was even worse. Dreams piled on top of illusions, and I ended up in that bizarre fate. Not only did I nearly die, but now I'm locked up in this bureau or whatever it is. As Wuhuanzi hangs her head in dejection, you find yourself feeling sympathy for her. Here's another soul cursed with the same awful luck as you. She's my spirit animal when it comes to gacha, I think. I do have horrible gacha luck too. Don't look at me with such pity. I've grown accustomed to walking hand in hand with misfortune. It's simply something I have to live with. Her melancholy lasts but a moment before she regains her serene composure. You avert your gaze. What brought you to this city? To save lives, of course. What I mean is, you're from the healer Veil in Istia. Why travel all the way to the city to practice medicine? Weren't there enough patients back in Istia? I'm merely a herbalist, traveling to heal the sick in my calling, and how I gain experience. With mania running rampant in the city, there are naturally more patients here, and thus more opportunities to earn good karma. You say you practice medicine for good karma. What exactly does it mean? It's part of the spiritual cultivation practice. Accumulating good karma lessens karmic burden, wards off misfortune, and enhances one's spiritual power and enlightenment. What's karmic burden? Spiritual power and enlightenment? Now, there are even more terms that are unheard of. Seeing your bewildered expression, Wuhanji realizes it's useless to pull you further into the cycle of incomprehension. Let's just say healing people earns me good karma. According to Wuhanji, healing people earns her good karma. Does she mean that good karma is her only motivation for helping others? Or is it a byproduct of her charitable acts? I've known other sinners who were doctors. They acted out of professional calling, never mentioning any personal gains from helping others. Even considering regional differences and varying medical philosophies, could practitioners of the same profession really have such contrasting motivations? Are your persistent attempts to treat me also about earning good karma? Yes, and since you're someone important around here, your life is worth even more good karma. Wuhanji adds seriously as if she's trying to sound more convincing. You're not sure if you should be glad to hear about your high karmic value. Did I ever reveal that I was someone important during the fate? Wuhanji mumbles something incoherent without giving a proper explanation. Seeing her evasiveness, you press on with your questions. But you've also helped ordinary citizens and people from the Drifter camp. They're hardly what you'd call important people. In Istia, we also believe having something is better than having nothing. She fumbles with her words before finally forcing out a reasonable-sounding answer. You let out a sigh, having expected her to say something more compassionate, like wanting to help patients recover or that she's unable to ignore others' suffering. So, according to what you're saying, you earn different amounts of good karma depending on who you save? Do you lose karma if you fail to treat them? How many ordinary citizens would equal one VIP? Is there a formula to this, Chief? You're too engrossed with the karma shenanigans. Your rapid-fire questions visibly unsettle Wuhanji, although she manages to maintain her composure. The mechanism behind is not meant to be understood by mere mortals like us. So, does practicing without a license reduce your good karma? I merely lack the city's official permission. That doesn't affect my ability to heal patients. Wuhanji deliberately sidesteps any questions about how karma is calculated, brushing them aside with vague answers. I can understand people's desire to accumulate wealth, but what's your purpose in accumulating good karma? Your belief seems to lack any support from concrete theory or data. After a long silence, Wuhanji finally speaks, her voice barely above a whisper. To break free from my curse of misfortune. Out of all the things Wuhanji has said, two concepts appear more frequently than others. Good karma and misfortune. What happened to her? Why is she unlucky? They seem to form an impregnable barrier around her, like a looming shadow. How much good karma do you need to break the curse? Is there some kind of progress bar to track it? Wuhanji shakes her head. Wait, let me drink some water. My throat is dead. The ancient texts say, 3 good deeds a day for 3 years shall bring heaven's blessing. Since my misfortune persists, I must not have accumulated enough good karma yet. This baffles you a little. Would anyone really keep at something even absolutely no results can be seen? Help me understand something. As a physician, when you prescribe medicine, don't you adjust the treatment plan based on how the patient responds? So going back to our subject, if your actions aren't bringing any changes to your life, Could it be that good karma simply isn't the right medicine for breaking your curse? Chief has a point. Wuhanji lifts her head slightly as if to speak, but after a moment, she drops her gaze again, fidgeting nervously with her fingers. What I mean is, you've accumulated so much good karma already, and yet you still seem constantly troubled by bad luck. Before you can finish speaking, you feel a surge of depressive energy coursing through the shackles. At the same time, you realize you might have just said exactly the wrong thing. You're right. I've tried so hard to accumulate good karma, so why am I still cursed with such terrible luck? A disaster destroyed my homeland and took my family away. I lost everything that mattered to me, only to end up cursed with this endless misfortune. I don't know how much good karma is considered enough. I can only keep trying to earn more. Surely one day, I'll have enough to break this curse, right? Instead of deflecting with her usual mythical theories, Wuhanji opens up about her past in Istia. Her last words sound less like a question and more like a quiet confession to herself. What good would knowing the truth do? Nothing can be changed. It would only bring more pain. Her head sinks lower and lower as waves of despair seems to materialize around her, dark energy gathering and wrapping her in an ever deeper darkness. Release the shackles. The shackles help bring Wuhanji back to her senses. You give her shoulder a gentle pat, pause the interrogation, and offer her a glass of water. Good karma. You pick up your pen and write down this unfamiliar Eastian term. Could something so intangible truly exist? Could accumulating good karma really break the curse of misfortune that plagues Wuhanji? What makes her believe so firmly in this? Has she witnessed the miraculous power of good karma firsthand? Or is she simply chasing after some vague Eastian myth? As the interrogation progresses, instead of finding answers, you're left with even more mysteries, ones that seem impossible to solve. You set down your pen, having come to a decision. That concludes this interrogation. The Bureau has been monitoring and examining the conditions of your patients, and it turns out they're all in good health. Though you may be practicing without a license, you are, without a doubt, a qualified physician. At your words, Wuhanji Ten's body begins to unfurl. She glances at you, and finding no trace of mockery in your expression, finally lets out a deep breath of relief. Many people at the Bureau need medical attention. While we do have our own infirmary, I suppose we could give Eastian medicine a try. Of course, our infirmary will monitor the progress. If you need anything, you can always reach out to Nightingale. Wuhanji is taken aback. Not only have you stopped questioning her, but you've even permitted her unauthorized practice. Her usually expressionless face shows a mixture of disbelief and astonishment. Thank you. So, I can go now? You nod and watch quietly as Wuhanji makes her way out of the interrogation room. Oh, always count on Nightingale, always. Hi, White Rose. Welcome. You try to organize your thoughts, setting aside for now your questions about good karma and misfortune. If we consider good karma as a kind of currency, Wuhanji's practice isn't much different from regular medical care. Sometimes she even offers free treatment, not receiving any actual payment at all. What? How could she earn a living if she doesn't accept payment? And then the people still doubt her? Man, I feel so bad for her. How is this any different from charity work? Still wonder whose Nightingale's crush is. Of course, isn't it the chief? Earlier, you had the impression she only cared about the numbers of patients she treated, not the actual results of her treatment. But just now, when she heard about her patient's excellent health, her visible relief was unmistakable. It didn't look like a doctor who would simply neglect her patient's condition. Does she not want people to see her work as acts of kindness? Or maybe she's even trying to hide how much she truly cares about saving lives? Then, could she be using good karma as an excuse to hide her true feelings? Do people like her really exist? But why? Try as you might, you can't make sense of it. Wuhuanzi is a web of contradictions, and her true motives remain frustratingly unclear. During today's interrogation, she kept dancing around my questions. Maybe she was also aware that her explanations didn't hold water, but just couldn't bring herself to admit it. This guess seems a bit far-fetched, even to you, but without more information, you can't come to any other conclusions. She helped you in the illusion, and now you want to return the favor. Even if you can't break her so-called curse of misfortune, at least you might help her understand her true feelings. A dull headache throbs in your temples as Wuhuanzi's cryptic Isian incantations echo in your mind. You grab your pen again, draw circles around the term good karma before adding a large question mark beside it. It looks like it all comes back to good karma in the end. One step at a time. Damn. Chief has to discover that himself. Oh my god, the Chief is such an air... can I call her an airhead? Not really an airhead, more like she's very dense. The Chief is so fucking dense. This interrogation has yielded no way. I haven't read that yet. Anyway, it is what it is. An unexpected obituary disrupts Wuhuanzi's life, prompting the usual listless young woman to suddenly request emergency leave. As her supervisor and driver, you accompany her back to the Drifter camp to attend a funeral. Who died? Let me drink some water first. My throat is dead. Interrogate. In your office, Nightingale is briefing you on the aftermath of the Wisteria Mania incident. Due to widespread exposure to the dream, both the Drifter camp and East Side are showing elevated M values and increased mania fluctuations. Several mania incidents have already occurred in East Side's outskirts, resulting in casualties. The situation at the Drifter camp is deteriorating as well. The peripheral buildings, still under repair from previous damage, have been attacked again. The FAC has already dispatched forces and equipment, and the MBCC needs to send support as well. You rub your tired eyes as you stare at the lengthy task list before you. Oh, the poor chief! The poor chief is so fucking overworked. There's still so much to be done. I should make time to visit the Drifter camp. See what else we can do for them. The urgent knocking interrupts Nightingale's report, and before he can say Come in. Wuhanji barges through the door. Chief, will you spare a moment? It's something urgent. Wuhanji is clutching a copy of the newspaper the bureau subscribes to, her face flushed from what appears to be a rushed journey here. She rarely comes here, except when it's to offer medical consultations or insist on treating your ailments. Nightingale, proceed with the standard procedure for now. Email me about any tasks that need any attention. Taking the hint, Nightingale picks up her device and leaves, leaving you two alone. Inquire. We're alone now. Tell me what's on your mind. I need a permit to leave. Now. Now. Early the next morning, you drive the bureau to the drifter camp by the shortest route. Having visited countless times before, you know the streets like the back of your hand. This time, however, you let Wuhanju take the lead. After all, you're only here as her official escort for this emergency leave. I'm sorry. If we hadn't been in such a hurry, you wouldn't have blown out that sigh right after we left. I drew a definition. Wait, the chief blew a tire? Is this girl really so unlucky? What the fuck? I drew a divination stick last night. The reading warned of obstacles ahead, so this must be my misfortune at work again. I'll pay you back with the money I make from my consultations. No need. Wave it off casually. Stop blaming your misfortune for everything. I was just showing off my amazing driving skills. I thought I'd give the spare tire a chance to shine. Doesn't sound convincing, Chief, but okay. The funeral begins in less than 30 minutes. Your task now is to locate where it's being held, and fast. I need a permit to leave now. What's your reason? Wuhanji rarely requests to go out except for purchasing herbs. This must be something important. A few months ago, I treated an old lady at the drifter camp. I know I cured her, so why is her name in the obituaries? Something must have gone wrong. She's an old lady. Isn't it normal that, sometimes they just kick the bucket early? I don't know. But calm down. Wuhanji's fingernails are digging into the newspaper. You gently pry her fingers away and take the paper for a closer look. The newspaper is crammed with reports of events from every corner of the city. Where her fingers left their mark is a tiny, perfectly square column tucked away in the corner of the page. This section carries the names of the deceased without embellishment or flowery words. Some days the list runs long, others short. The obituary notes the funeral will be held tomorrow morning at the drifter camp. But where? Did I miss something? Could there have been an underlying condition I failed to spot? Or was there something wrong with the medicine I prescribed? Wuhanji paces anxiously before you, frantically going through every detail of her treatment, desperate to find some explanation for the elderly woman's death. I remember her name from the medical reports. You did cure her condition. There might be some misunderstanding in there. Her death may not have anything to do with your treatment. Try to stay calm. The Bureau receives multiple mania incident reports every day. The drifter camp hasn't been peaceful lately. Oh, casket cameo. Maybe, we'll see. Because there's a funeral, and we know who always hold funerals. It's always old casket, right? As you watch Wuhanji's anxious demeanor, you recall something she said before. Is Wuhanji so concerned about the elderly woman's death because she's worried about her good karma? Would the good karma she earns from healing someone vanish upon their death? I think she just cares a lot. What are you hoping to find at the Drifter camp? Wuhanji lifts her head to meet your gaze. Her tone is earnest and slightly imploring. I need to verify the true cause of Granny Wu's death. Contrary to her assumption, Wuhanji doesn't mention anything about good karma. Perhaps she isn't as obsessed with it as she claims to be. Right now, she's simply a doctor who's concerned about her patient's life. You sense that a chance to understand Wuhanji's true thoughts is about to present itself. Grab the car keys. Let's go. A sinner needs a supervisor for emergency outings, right? And a driver. Chief is such a good mom. This is it. We're here. By the time you arrive, the funeral is about to begin. This appears to be where the old lady lived. Her modest home has been transformed into a simple memorial hall, too small to accommodate more than a few people. A few people inside, neighbors who can't get in, crowd around the doorway. Wuhanji tries to squeeze through the crowd several times without success. She can only stand on tiptoes, eagerly peering inside over people's shoulders. How did Miss Wu pass away so suddenly? Didn't she recover from her leg condition? I heard she was even looking for part-time work. Who knows, maybe she wasn't really cured at all. I remember that doctor, she was muttering strange things constantly and looking so gloomy. Probably just another quack. No, don't say that. She is here. Don't spread rumors. I heard Miss Wu encountered a corruptor while working outside Drifter Camp. That's what happened. What's the point of going through the treatment? She still ended up dead all the same. I warned her not to wander around outside. Just look how dangerous this is how dangerous it is out there these days. If she had just stayed home, none of this would have happened. Maybe she wants to work. Or was she looking for Wuhanji? How can you talk like that? What's wrong with getting treatment? Try to show some respect. The neighbors continue their back and forth, each chiming in with their own opinion. Is it all pointless? Do you also think that in times like these, saving lives is just a futile effort? Amid the bustling crowd and murmured condolences, Wuhanji stops in her tracks. She echoes fragments of her conversation softly as her hand withdraws timidly. For a doctor, for Wuhanji, each life is one she's literally wrestled away from death's grasp. How could anyone dismiss such an achievement so casually? You've witnessed Wuhanji's medical expertise firsthand. Calling her a quack based on groundless rumor is not only unfair to her, but also disrespect to the lives she saved. You approach Wuhanji, words of comfort on the tip of your tongue. But as funeral music begins to play, she hurries away as if fleeing. Wuhanji! Where are you going? Natural light barely reaches the heart of the Drifter camp, and lights stay on constantly as the only source of illumination. After Wuhanji leaves the funeral, you quietly follow her. After walking for a while, Wuhanji gradually slows down until she's walking side by side with you. I've heard such talks many times before. It doesn't bother me anymore. Wuhanji speaks with an air of detachment, as if she's used to numbing herself with his words. The young, wandering healer returns to the drifter camp to check on her former patient, only to be met with misunderstanding and wounded by cruel rumors. Does it really not bother you? Or have you just grown used to it? Wuhanji comes to a stop beside you, your question giving her the courage to speak. If it were you, if you knew that saving someone now might expose them to greater dangers later, and you'd be misunderstood by others for it, would you still offer your help? Knowing the chief, yes. Seeing the dejection in Wuhanji's expression, you carefully choose your words, keeping your tone gentle. Istia and the city are worlds apart in everything: language, mythology, theoretical frameworks, and even fundamental ways of thinking. You're a doctor, and I'm the chief of the MBCC. We operate in completely different environments, with entirely different approaches to saving lives. I'm not confident I can give you a good answer simply by applying my imagination. And I know my answer won't be useful to you right away. But I can share with you my personal experience at the Drifter camp. Would you like to hear my perspective? Wuhanji nods, and you both head toward the bustling street. You've barely taken a few steps when someone recognizes you. Oh, if it isn't the chief! It's been ages since you last visited. Check out my new home. Just finished rebuilding it yesterday. What do you think? It looks very nice. Chief, you wouldn't believe it. A corruptor broke in yesterday, but our guys from Rustfire managed to take care of it. Mania incidents have been on the rise lately. Stay safe. And get those outer defenses rebuilt as soon as you can. Wait, let me drink some water. As you discuss mania and reconstruction, Wuhanju timidly interjects with a question. Why rebuild it? What's that, young lady? I said, with so many corruptors out there, why not move somewhere safer instead of rebuilding this place? Huh? But this is our home. When something breaks in your home, you fix it up. Can't just abandon it now, can we? Before you can form a response to Wuhanji's question, more locals recognize you and crowd around. Chief, I think I've developed a sleepwalking problem. In my dream, I was circling around this huge wisteria tree, and when I woke up, I found myself on top of the awning above the market. So they were affected by that incident, huh? Some shake your hand enthusiastically, others sob and sniffle as they pour out their troubles. There are even people asking you to sign some old photos of you, hoping to sell them for a good price. Wow, people in Rossfire sure are business-minded. Find a way to slip away. Everyone, please calm down. I'm here today to assess the impact of the Mania incident. Please don't crowd around. After addressing everyone's concerns and questions, the crowd finally disperses. Just as you think you finally have time to answer Wuhanji's question, another local approaches you hesitantly. So you're the renowned... Interrupt him. Yes, that's me. Happy to be of service. Chief, you see, My old man's a little superstitious. He keeps forcing me to buy all sorts of protected charms to hang around the house. Ancient coins, peach wood, swords, even crosses and garlic. I don't know how to reason with him. He keeps saying we must be cursed with bad luck. That's why we keep suffering through these disasters. No, that's not true. Then he starts going on about how I'm not trying hard enough. Says I need to defy destiny or else don't bother coming home. That's harsh. You give a simplified explanation for the wisteria incident, sharing only the information cleared for public knowledge. This has nothing to do with luck or personal effort. Mania, corruptors, and even black rings are real threats that exist whether we like it or not. Crises that we all need to face together. As for those lucky charms, if they really work, we wouldn't need the Public Security Bureau or FAC. We could all just pray our problems away. The man leaves after giving his thanks, but not before insisting you take his newly bought lucky bracelet. After watching you field questions after another from everyone, Wuhuanzi fixes you with a serious look and poses one of her own. My friend, do you think that a person's fortune has nothing to do with how hard they try? You can't help but shake your head in amusement. Why is everyone coming to you with questions today? Do you really look like some kind of walking fortune cookie dispenser? I believe luck is nothing more than probability. I consider myself a hardworking person, but that doesn't seem to improve my luck one bit. Same. I even died once. You only add inwardly. You're right. The chief died. And she was also working so hard back then. What about lucky charms? Have you ever tried using them? You mean this? You show her the lucky bracelet the local just gave you. With a gentle tug, the strings breaks, and before you can catch it, the beads are scattering all over. With a patter, the beads bounce erratically before rolling to a stop next to Wuhuanzi's and your feet. If it can't even hold itself together, how's it supposed to protect me? See? Now I even have to try to put it back in one piece. Wuhuanzi kneels down helpfully beside you, helping to pick up the scattered beads one by one. Then, if neither effort nor lucky charms work, what can I do to avoid disaster? To escape all this misfortune? Shouldn't Eastern philosophy have explanation for this? I don't know much about it, but I remember you practice divination and consult almanacs. And what about your talismans? Your peachwood sword? All these tools you carry? Shouldn't you know better than me about these things? Don't tell me you're not sure about them either. Wuhuanzi rises to her feet, staring down at the collected beads in her hands, her long bangs hiding her eyes. Standing before you now, she somehow resembles a student, seeking guidance from a teacher. After a long while, he answers in a stifled voice. I'm indeed not sure. In the books I've studied, it is written that virtue brings fortune to those who practice it, and that morality is the foundation of all things. I kept telling myself that healing others was just to accumulate good karma, that everything would get better once I'd earned enough. But it seems I never really convinced myself of that. Now it's your turn to be confused. Are you saying you've been lying to yourself? Why? Wuhuanzi's brows knit together. Her lips part a few times and press shut again. Back in the interrogation room, when I said I was accumulating good karma to break my misfortune, I wasn't lying to you. I just withheld certain things. My misfortune wasn't something I was born with. It came from the disaster that destroyed my hometown. Really? You have to cut it off there? What the fuck, game? You like... You really like cliffhangers. The old woman's death has torn open wounds that Wuhanji has been neglecting. She's as confused as she is in pain. She admits to having kept secrets from you and is now ready to reveal her true feelings. You wait for her to speak, patient as one awaiting the blooming of a flower. Wuhanji reveals her past and why she numbs herself with talk of good karma. Finally, backstory. You guide her through the drifter camp knowing that if your words aren't convincing enough, then you must let her hear, see, and experience the truth firsthand. Chief is such a good mom, encouraging her kids. Who is this? Yo-Yo? Have you memorized the new passage from yesterday? Yes, yes, I know it. Fortune and misfortune come not unbidden, but through our own doing. The fruit of good and evil follows us just like one's shadow. Excellent. Now, do you understand what those words mean? A senior disciple explained it to me. It means our actions determine our fortune. So good deeds bring good fortune and bad deeds bring misfortune. So her name is Yo-Yo? Your mother and I have chosen a nickname for you. Wuhuanzi. When you grow up, if you also wish to. Oh my, it's too early for such talk. All we wish is for Yo-Yo to grow up healthy and carefree. Whether she wants to inherit this nickname or become a healer, it's all up to her. Yo-Yo, here's another saying I want you to know. A single act of kindness can ward off 100 calamities. Whenever you feel chased by bad luck, just remember to be kind. The good karma you accumulate will help ward off all your troubles. Like how you heal people and save lives? Yes, that's right. The more good we do, the better this world becomes. Oh dear. The disaster is here! Run! Someone's injured here. Quick, stop the bleeding. Tie a tourniquet around the severed limb. Needle the vital points, then... Watch out! Rockfall! Ugh. No! Father! Mother! Someone help us! Monsters? People are turning into monsters. No! Stay back! Oh dear. How could this happen? The veil is gone. Didn't you say healing others would save the world? Father? Mother? You lied to me. Didn't you tell me doing good deeds could ward off all troubles? Then why did you leave me? There's nothing wrong with healing others, but this was a calamity that no one could have escaped. Father, Mother, none of us did anything wrong. We healed people and saved lives. Why were we still stuck by such tragedy. Please, I can't make sense of it. Was our fate not strong enough? Yo-Yo, stay strong. It must be that our spiritual cultivation was still lacking. Yes, that's right. We hadn't earned enough good karma to ward off such a destructive disaster. So this is where she got all those karma shenanigans. So it's like a defense mechanism. Man. So that's why? That must be it. There can be no other reason. That disaster destroyed the healer veil and took my parents from me. I survived narrowly and even awakened by special power. But with it came this misfortune that has haunted me ever since. My fellow disciples were like family to me. They comforted me and encouraged me to overcome my grief. I had no time to dwell on my sorrow. With Istia ravaged by disasters and sickness, I set out on my journey to heal and save as many as I could. Wuhuanzi speaks softly, her gaze traveling across the winding streets of the drifter camp and lingering on the half-rebuilt structures at its edges. Throughout my journey, I've saved many lives and lost just as many. This is the struggles of doctors, huh? I once thought I could wrestle lives from death's grasp, but in the end I realized how powerless I truly was. When the world itself is crumbling, what can one person do to stop it? All my medical knowledge means nothing in the face of the calamity. She lets out a long, heavy sigh, each word of this painful truth seeming to drag itself unwillingly from her lips. I watch helplessly as those I had helped were slaughtered by monsters, crushed by falling rocks, burned alive in flames. The dying transformed into monsters themselves, while the survivors lost their homes and families. I've convinced myself that I'm only healing others to earn good karma, as instructed by the ancient text, and attribute my misfortune to not having done enough. But every time I try to save someone, I'm terrified. Is the act of saving lives ultimately meaningless? Am I truly saving them, or merely changing the way they'll meet their end? Wuhuanzi's voice catches in her throat as she looks up at you, tears welling in her eyes. Have I been wrong all along? In a world like this, it's pointless to try to save someone's life, isn't it? No! It's not pointless at all. Like someone drowning. She's desperately grasping for anything that might keep her afloat. It's not pointless. You choose to save others because that's who you are. Someone with a kind heart. Children dash past with playful shouts. Street vendors call out their wares. Warm light spills from the windows of homes, carrying the sound of laughter. It all feels so ordinary, so beautiful, as if things like mania, corruptors, and black rings all only belongs in some distant world. Look around you. These simple moments of life continue because of the lives you've saved. Isn't that the point? You've come such a long way on your own, witnessed so much death and despair, yet you've never stopped trying to save lives. That takes remarkable strength. Following your gaze, Wuhanji looks out at the drifter camp. He's seen this daily scenes countless times before, but always through the eyes of a doctor searching for patients. All she saw was people's illnesses, and all she cared about was rushing to cure them, never realizing that saving lives meant more than the simple matter of life and death. Yeah, you should appreciate the people that are happy because of the people you have helped. The difficult task of saving lives took its toll on you, so you found yourself an excuse, or rather an anchor to hold on to. It doesn't help steady your heart and numb the pain, but like any anesthetic, its effects grow weaker over time. I'm glad you shared this with me. It means you're starting to trust me, aren't you? Wu Hanzhi nods, sniffing slightly as she collects herself. You asked me earlier if I knew that saving someone now might expose them to great dangers later, and I might be misunderstood by others for it. Would I still offer my help? Of course I would. Yeah, the chief would. You asked me earlier if I knew that saving someone now might expose them to greater dangers later, and I might be misunderstood by others for it. Would I still offer my help? Of course I would. Yeah, Chief is so admirable. Those people who just came to share their stories and express their gratitude, they're the ones I've saved. I could never stand by and watch them die. There's only so much I can do, and those I've saved still face many challenges ahead. Some of them are still doing well now, while others are worse off than before. Do they ever regret being saved by you? You smile. I don't know. But I do know that the dead have no chance for regret. Oh. Before saving someone, do you ever consider what might happen to them afterward? I mean, is there really time for that? Choosing not to save someone leads to only one outcome, death. But choosing to save them creates endless possibilities, both for them and for yourself. Even if death will still claim them in the end? Even if death will still claim them in the end, the existence of something cannot be undone. People may die, but the memories we share with them live on. That's true. Building may crumble, but as long as their builders survive, they can be rebuilt. Take this area in the West District. Some places have been reduced to ruins, while others have risen again with towering new buildings. Even ruins themselves become historic landmarks that people remember and visit. I've saved others, and others have saved me in return. That's the sole reason I'm still standing here with you today. As Wu Hanji listens intently, understanding seems to be dawning on her. Man. Where is Oak Casket? Isn't this her place? You reach the memorial at the foot of the drifter camp. Though reconstruction here isn't complete yet, some camp residents are voluntarily clearing away the scattered rubble. You and Wu Hanju keeps your distance, not wanting to disturb their work. Death is never meaningless. Things happen and people remember. This memorial stands for all those who gave their lives for the drifter camp and the mine. No matter how many times this place is destroyed, people will rebuild it again and again. It's because of people like this that humanity's history continues to be written. And to be honest, I don't really care about being remembered. I don't do what I do to leave behind a legacy or achieve what people would call a happy ending. Chief is so selfless. Because for me, if you would ask me, I would love to be remembered of what I did. If if ever I die. But sadly, I don't think that will ever happen. Anyway, then why? What do you save lives for? Realizing the conversation has gotten rather heavy, you shrug and stretch your stiff muscles. Simply because I want to. Typical chief. That's it? That's it. Wuhan just stares at you blankly, waiting for you to elaborate. Well, I just couldn't stand by and do nothing, so I helped them out. I don't understand. Saving lives is a complex task. Can the motivation really be that simple? A person's life or death affects so many people, so many things. Seeing Wuhanje caught in another loop, you let out a resigned sigh, pondering how to help her break free from this mental maze. Just then, a group of young people appears near you, the faint scent of incense still clinging to their clothes. Hey, hurry up and clean this area. Miss Wu was really concerned about rebuilding the memorial before she passed away. Miss Wu cared about so many things: kids' education at the drifter camp, support for the elderly left on their own. We must carry all this mission she left behind. Of course we will. Miss Wu sure kept herself busy after recovering from her leg injury, taking on so many responsibilities. See that? This is what inspires people by other people helping them before. The young people chat casually as they work, white origami flowers pinned to their chests as they roll up their sleeves to clear away the rubble at their feet. You gently nudge Wuhanje with your arm, gesturing for her to observe them. But at least Miss Wu was happy. She kept talking about that gifted young healer who cured her leg, saying she wanted to properly thank her if they ever met again. It's too late for that now. I wonder if that young healer came to Miss Wu's funeral today. Upon hearing them mention Miss Wu and young healer, Wu Hanzhe turns to you with disbelief in her eyes. Are they Granny Wu's students? You nod. Judging from their clothes and conversation, there's no doubt about it. You see, even though Miss Wu has passed away, treating her sure isn't meaningless, is it? As you guys like to say in Istia, every encounter happens for a reason. There must be a reason why we met them here today. Wu Hanzhe blinks. My friend, you're growing more and more knowledgeable about Eastian culture. Well, we've met several Eastian people already. Actually, before coming here, I was wondering if treating her like someone somehow led to her accident. If I hadn't cured her self-righteously, she could still be reading by the window or making crochet dolls. She might not have ventured into danger and died such a meaningless death. It's not your fault. It was her choice. I couldn't accept Miss Wu's eventual death despite my treatment. It's my one-sided regret. Am I forcing my will upon the natural order by thinking like this? Go search for the truth. Perhaps your belief that she died a meaningless death is just as one-sided. Your words seem to catch at a loose thread of Wu Hanzhe's thoughts, gently beginning to unravel it. Under your gentle gaze, she reaches out and grasps it herself. Wuhanji clenches her fist briefly, as if cheering for herself, then walks towards one of the youngsters. Is Granny Wu's funeral over? When you return to the funeral, the mourners have already dispersed, leaving only Granny Wu's family to tend to the final arrangements. The Drifter camp is home to people from all walks of life, and their funerals are simple affairs, lacking the elaborate ceremonies common in Istia. Before he can get closer, a woman who has been watching anxiously by the door hurries over and takes Wuhanji's hands in hers. Young healer, you came back. Thank goodness. My brother and I were completely overwhelmed with the funeral arrangements. We only heard from the neighbors afterwards that you'd come by, but got scared off by the crowd. My brother went out looking for you while I waited here, and here you are. The woman seems overwhelmed by sentiment, unused to handling this kind of emotional display in others. Wuhanji turns to you with a helpless look. Curious to see how she'll handle this, you pretend not to notice her discomfort and simply give her an encouraging look. You can do it! Please accept my deepest condolences. Racking her brain, Wuhanji falls back on the most common Asian condolence phrase she can think of. My mother spoke of you a lot. She would tell us how much you helped her when you were here, and what a dear, kind person you were. She was always worried about you. If you had a place to stay, if you were eating properly, or if law enforcement was bothering you. Hearing about the old woman's constant concerns for her, Wuhanji's throat tightens, and she seems unable to hide her grievances any longer. Your mother. She was truly a kind soul. She was the only one who took me in when I couldn't afford to stay in an inn. When everyone else doubted me and refused my treatment, she gave me a chance, saying she hadn't been able to walk for years anyway. Is there anything I could do to help? Something I could do for your mother? Wuhanji asked gingerly. You've already done so much for us. My brother and I will take care of the funeral arrangements. Please, don't worry. In fact, I wonder if we could do anything for you. The woman looks at Wuhanji with such tender concern that it catches her off guard. The same kind of look you gave her not too long ago. Oh, I hope I'm not being presumptuous. It's just that you look so sad and aggrieved. You touched by her kindness, Wuhanji gently waves her hand as she replies. May I know, after she regained her ability to walk, was your mother happy? Of course. She was over the moon, and it wasn't just her. My brother and I were overjoyed to see her that way as well. Because of her leg, she hadn't left the Drifter camp for many years. While we were away working, she spent most of her time alone at home. Her spirits lifted considerably. She used to be a teacher, so she even found a part-time nanny job in Eastside. She wouldn't stop telling us how full of energy she felt. She was even saving money to buy gifts for her grandchildren. Hearing about Granny Wu's new life, a faint smile touches Wuhanji's lips. All the dreams her patient once shared about life after recovery had come true. Then, how did she pass away? Hearing the question, sadness washes over the woman's face. A few days ago, a rogue corruptor appeared in the outskirts of Eastside. My mother was on an outing with her employers and their child at that time. She died protecting the child from the corruptor, but her sacrifice bought enough time before the sheriffs arrived. Oh dear. It is really her time, maybe. No way. Wuhanji's voice trembles. If if she had stayed in the drifter camp, maybe she wouldn't have. No, please, don't think like that. She never regretted leaving home, and she would never regret saving that child. So her death broke our hearts. We feel proud of her. She dedicated her whole life nurturing children, and she died protecting one she loved. My mother always preferred tranquility, so we kept her funeral simple and quiet. We wanted her to depart this world in peace and serenity. Was she at peace when she passed? Did she suffer at all? After much hesitation, Wuhanji finally gathers the courage to ask what has been weighing heaviest on her mind. It happened quickly, which was a mercy. I see. That's a relief. Wuhanji rubs her eyes and manages a bitter smile, her voice catching as she speaks. May I go in? Of course you can. My mother would have been very happy to see you. The room, which was bustling earlier in the morning, now lies in silence. Though modestly furnished, everything is kept in perfect order, a testament to how much she cherished life. On the table in the center of the room sits a photograph of an elderly woman, her gentle smile reaching her eyes. Granny Wu, I'm here. Wu Hanji takes a white flower from the long table by the door and gently places it before the elderly woman's photograph. I'm at a place called the Bureau now. I have a room there, food on my table, and someone who patiently answers all my questions. I can continue healing people and doing good deeds. Wu Hanji's throat tightens as her voice begins to quiver despite her best effort. I'm doing well. So wherever you are now, please don't worry about me. A breeze drifts through the window, stirring the flower petals. Wu Hanji's vision blurs with tears, but she stubbornly fights back a sob, quickly wiping away the tears with her sleeve before they can fall. After bidding farewell to Granny Wu's daughter, they both leave the alley behind. Wu Hanji fiddles with a crochet doll given to her by Granny Wu's daughter. After regaining her zest for life, Granny Wu had made many such dolls to help support her family. So, young healer, did you find answers you were looking for? Wu Hanji stops in her tracks and nods, taking a small step closer to you. You see, things aren't always as simple as they seem. When danger strikes, the urge to save others comes naturally. It's the same for Granny Wu. She did that because she had a kind heart, and so do you. Then, stop talking about the crumbling world and how everything is beyond saving. Leave all these troubles to those big shots. Is that really okay? Isn't it foolish to keep trying when it seems pointless? No, it's never pointless and it's never foolish. Yeah, it is pretty foolish, but thanks to that very foolishness, we've both managed to save quite a few people, haven't we? Saving this city might seem impossible, but we can always help the person right in front of us. Whether through a kind deed or a gentle word of guidance, who knows? Once we've helped everyone we can reach, we might just find we've saved the world in the process. After all, the world is made up of the people you see. Whatever you witness, whether you feel, that becomes your world. After a long silence, we finally hear Wuhanji's whisper something to her crochet toy. I understand now. Whether something is truly foolish or meaningful, we'll never know unless we give it a try. Yes. From now on, I'll help everyone I want to help, whether it earns me good karma or not. My friend, thank you for bringing me to the Drifter camp and for walking this long path with me. Pat her head. You're such a good girl. I'm glad you've found the answer. Mental turmoil is terrible for one's well-being. You keep trying to heal me, but you should take care of yourself as well. Wuhanji raises her head, a warm smile playing across her face as she asks you. Then, can I start by helping you? Sure. Not for any particular reason. I simply want to. Even if you don't want my help. I'm going to help you anyway. And of course, free of charge. Seeing the new hope in Wuhanji's eyes, you find it impossible to refuse. Of course you can. Why don't we start with you helping me resolve the mania-related issues at the Drifter camp? For instance, how about sealing that breach the Corruptors made on the east side? Maybe with your talismans. Several days later, MBCC Chief's office. Wait, let me drink some water. Looking at the steaming herbal decoction on your desk, then at Wuhanji's stern little face, you finally realize just how rash your earlier decision was. Oh dear. Oh dear, walking this long path to nowhere. But I'm glad Chief is there to guide her sinners. Yeah, now Chief, you need to drink the bitter medicine. Do I really have to drink this? You must. Can I please skip this one? No. Wuhanji's gaze remains resolute, completely unmoved by your desperate pleas. You squeeze your eyes shut and try to convince yourself, just pretend it's a budget version of the Bureau's signature coffee. With you by her side, Wuhanji bids her final farewell to the old woman. No one can solve death's mystery, nor predict the course of another's life. Those who heals cannot heal themselves, but fortunately, you've proven to be a patient and worthy confidant. This time, it's your turn to help her locate the crux of her ailment. Oh, I love the Chief so much. You know what? Wuhanji's struggles are actually what health workers are experiencing every fucking day, you know? Especially if you work in the hospital. Well, I did work in the hospital before. So I totally understand where she's coming from. Sometimes I have the same question. Was it pointless to do this when I know their illness is beyond any cure? Man, that is so fucking relatable. Amazing story once again by Paths to Nowhere. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed our stream today. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'ma go sleep now because it's already 3:30 a.m. I will definitely read the interrogations for both Ying Ying and Yugu, but not I'm not tomorrow. Tomorrow is Nikkei Day. Anyway, Otsu, Cheatery, see you all next time. Bye-bye. Thank you. Oh, hi, Epsilon. We're about to end stream. Yeah, thank you guys. See you all next time. Bye-bye.